Cause man, you've been fucking wasting the whole fucking day when you could have just talked to
It's
me.
fun bodying idiots. That's the point. It's stressful, but it's fun at the same time. I'm not calling you an idiot monster. I'm just referring to the Hajals.
Yeah.
It's recordings,
Okay.
dude. Whatever.
Jesus fucking
Okay,
Christ.
so if you would like to continue, Papa.
Oh, fucking Christ, thanks, man. So, what the fuck were we talking about last time?
So last time we got Cosmo and Gaolang relative in terms of speed scaling. Now it's just an argue of how Cosmo's stone technique would beat Gaolang, or whether
Okay,
Gaolang could
okay, alright.
neutralize him before that would even happen.
Okay, so now I gotta prove that Cosmo could catch Gaolang before he pulls back. Oh, that sounds terrible. I mean, he could catch Gaolang off guard, yeah. Because pulls back sounds like he's putting his cock in his cheeks. No, anyway. So basically, what I'm saying is that he could. What I'm saying, what the fuck is happening in the chat? Jesus Christ, man, just leave this guy alone there below.
I said,
Anyway,
okay, I'm leaving him.
yeah, whatever. Anyway, what I'm saying is that he could catch Gaolang's fist and he would transition it in a grapple. And at that point, it's Cosmos win.
Okay, so you're saying this is based off of him catching Gaolang's fist.
Yeah, I mean, Gaolang goes for his usual rush when he rushes with his blows. Cosmo catches his fist and basically transitions in a grapple, and at that point, it's over.
So what grapple could he position Gaolang in from catching his fist from a standing position?
I mean, it could go into a rear-rated choke, triangle choke, armbar, all sorts of things.
And this is assuming
Now, given
that
given how
Cosmo.
Cosmo fights, I think it will be an armbar first.
Okay, so show Cosmo performing an armbar on somebody as fast as Gaolang.
What? What did you
Show
say, man?
Cosmo performing an armbar on somebody as fast as Gaolang in terms of both reaction and attack speed, since both are in play. Gaolang is attacking, and he also has to react to the armbar itself. So show me
I
somebody
mean,
who's equal or superior to Gaolang in both of those elements of speed, since both of those elements of speed are involved in a specific situation. And show Cosmo doing that on somebody, or prove that he could do that to
okay,
somebody in terms of speed.
okay, I'm gonna show you that. Oh shit. Okay. Hmm. Oh man, I'm sick. I'm fucking sick. Oh wait. Okay, almost found it. I had the scan, perfect scan, man. Almost got it.
Fuck.
Um.
There is a specific scan I wanted to show you because that'd be pretty interesting for you to counter that. Oh fuck it. Where is it? Okay, found it. Why is this manga so fucking long? I swear. Okay. So yeah. What's stopping Cosmo from breaking Gaolang's arm? Like this. Going to the voice chat text. Remember, Cosmo didn't even have foresight at this point.
This is assuming Cosmo's fast enough to catch him in the first place. As I
I
said,
mean,
has
they're
Cosmo ever
relative
reacted
speaker.
to somebody who has the same attack speed as Gaolang or superior?
Well, it reacted to Oma. And Oma
Almost
is
not
least
almost not equivalent to Gaolang in attack speed. In fact, it stated that Gaolang has the fastest blows in the series.
but they're comparable though.
How do you know that? Prove it. Prove both Oma and Gaolang are comparable in speed.
I can prove Cosmo is faster than somebody who is comparable to Gaolang.
Okay, prove it.
Okay. So basically, it will get Okubo in a hold before it could even react while crippled. And Okubo stated he couldn't even dodge Cosmo even if he tried to, and that was injured Cosmo. And I think Okubo is almost as fast as Gaolang in terms
You
of
think
reaction.
Okubo's almost as fast as Gaolang? Can you prove
In
that?
terms of
Okubo
reaction.
didn't even scale. Okubo couldn't scale to lag Formless Fang, who had blitzed him with his own technique. Gaolang had blitzed only Boxing Fang, meaning he didn't have the lag in the first place.
I mean,
You thinking he scales to Gaolang at speed does not mean he does. You have to prove that, and since you have yet to prove that, that point does not go
I
through.
can prove that.
Okay.
I can.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not okay. Okay, before you might misunderstand me. I'm not saying Okubo is faster than Gaolang, but I think
Prove he's relative.
yeah.
Even if he was relative, it doesn't really do much. But prove that in the first place.
Yeah. Okay. I'm fucking sick of this shit, man. What the fuck did I eat, man? Fucking pepperoni. Okay, found it. So basically, it was capable of blocking a close range brawl from Fang with a formless style, and even without formless, at the start of the fight, Akito was capable of reacting to a rush from Gaolang without using formless, without adapting.
Okay, so one, I need that Okubo scan.
Okay, I'll send the scan. I'll send the scan so you can have a better picture of what I'm saying.
Okay, so let's continue. So one, Okubo reacting to Formless Fang, who had yet to reduce his lag, doesn't mean anything. The one that so the Fang I usually refer to as the one that fought Hatsumi, who had shown a large reducing in the lag. All right, Okubo wasn't fighting the large reduced lag Fang. He was fighting the full lag Fang.
Actually, I was wrong. It wasn't against Formless Fang. It was just against Agito without Formless. So no lag, I think. At least no big lag at least.
What can you prove that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, not saying it didn't have the lag, but it wasn't using Formless, so the lag wasn't as big, I think. Because Kano was using striking at the point still, so okay, let me show you. So the scan I'm taking as face value is this. Okay, so when it comes to Kano, I'm using this scan to prove that Kano can dodge an initial rush from Gaolang.
All right, so.
So remember,
that's
I'm
the
not
scan
saying
you're proving. That's the scan you're using.
I'm not saying Gaolang is oh shit. Okay, so I'm not saying it scales to the full speed of Gaolang, but it shows that it can react to those punches.
I hope you know he was blitzed multiple times in the fight. So that one scan of him dodging a flash, which he's most likely seen, considering the fact that he knew Gaolang was a world-class boxer, isn't to say he's even relative. Gaolang blitzed him multiple times after that. If anything, that would just be an outlier, since it's consistently shown that Gaolang could blitz him multiple times after that. This one feat of him reacting is comparable to the other multiple feats of him being blitzed.
What? Did you say he could blitz?
No, I'm saying this one feat of him reacting is countered by the fact that he was blitzed multiple times after this. My point is, I would consider this an outlier, meaning that this one feat you cannot say he's even relative, considering the fact that it's contradicted by multiple consistent feats later on.
Lord, what the hell is this in the chat? Oh, fucking Ijal. Igel. Somebody fucking make the guy shut up. Go fuck yourself, Igel. We're
What?
having a discussion over here. Anyway, yeah, the thing is.
And I still need that Okubo scan if you could send it.
Yeah. I understand it. So the point is, Okubo can dodge strikes from the Fang, and the Fang can dodge the initial rush from Gaolang.
This is hold on. This is way bigger moveset. This is Fang actually won using grappling, knees, kicks, blows, so his lag would technically be larger than the one that even fought Hatsune.
I mean, in this first part of the fight, they were using striking still. No.
Hold on. In the part I was referring to where he fought Gaolang, they didn't use just striking. He used only boxing, which is my point. You're comparing all-out striking to boxing.
I mean,
so it's not comparable.
why do you think it's not comparable? Because of the boxing thing?
Because we saw that all-out striking Kano. All right, we saw that all-out striking Kano could blitz Hatsune, but he couldn't necessarily blitz Gaolang. And we know how the lag works. It's based off of your moveset. So therefore, from that point, if you have a larger moveset, he's going to be verbatim slower. In fact, the lag was even brought up in the Kuroki fight. Even when the lag was small, Kuroki was still able to gain the edge. And I'll get the scan for that if you give me a second.
No, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I got no problems. I saw the scan. I know what you're talking about.
Matter of fact, they were stating about the narrators, and neither one of them wanted to use kicks. This is excluding the knees that he used in the Okubo fight, and the fact that he attempted to grapple early. They didn't want to use kicks simply because one kick gives the other person the edge in terms of speed. So you're trying to minimize just how big the lag, just how big the difference in the lag, makes the difference on the fight when it's extremely huge. They wouldn't use one kick, knowing that it would cause a great difference, considering the fact that they were both relative in speed. So the difference in speed is still great.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And he didn't only use striking against Okubo early on in the fight, and I'm going to disprove that right now. He crouched and grappled Okubo, and then he went into a knee.
Okay, give me a second, because I'm cleaning myself up.
That's what she said. Yeah. Oh, my power.
I'll get the Kuroki statement.
Oh.
Yo.
And here's a statement for the kicks, as the kicks will leave them too open. So it shows verbatim that adding even one move to your arsenal can allow the opponent to gain the advantage on you, especially when it comes to Kano, considering the fact that would just increase his lag even more, causing him to take more time to respond. Even with the pre-initiative, having a kick, using anything outside of punches from them at that point will give the other a verbatim advantage. And you're saying that, Kano using kicks, knees, and even somewhat grappling Okubo in the start of the fight isn't a great difference from when he was just only striking, when he was only boxing in Gaolang. And it shows verbatim here that using a kick would cause a big difference, considering the fact that neither one of them were willing to use kicks. Kuroki has Foresight if he wouldn't use a kick.
Okay.
The difference in arsenal makes a huge difference in speed.
Okay, I will argue. Okay, I will say you're partially right. I'd say you're right about this aspect. So let's change a bit. Let's change the argument. Okay, so this Okubo thing. Yeah, you're right. I miscalculated this shit.
So that means okay then. So it's as simple as that. Like Cosmo would have to react to somebody with the attack speed to show that he can even use the zone on Gaolang.
I mean,
Gaolang's able to react to somebody.
All right.
Gaolang's able to blitz somebody who has a similar interval to Cosmo in terms of blitzing speed, in terms of attack speed.
I mean, Cosmo is better than Okubo.
So, I'm not saying he's not, but you can't quantify the difference in Cosmo and Okubo between speed. So you can't say just how much faster he is in order to counter Gaolang. You can't definitively prove the difference. So you can't calculate exactly how fast Cosmo is.
No,
Meaning you cannot prove.
Okay, so yeah, this was kind of a secondary argument. Okay, I'll move on
It's
with that.
speed. It's not a secondary argument. If you can't react to your
No,
opponent's
I
attack,
mean, for me, the Okubo scaling was a secondary argument.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Oh fuck, what's happening with my phone? Okay. So. Oh yeah, you sent a Kuroki scan. So. One thing that Gaolang has no answer to is the fact that Cosmo's reaction time improves mid-fight, though. I mean, Cosmo has a similar gimmick to the Fang when he improves mid-fight, which means that potentially could improve his reaction time and even catch Gaolang.
So what fights did it improve in?
What you
What
say,
fights
man?
did it improve in?
He kept improving in his fight with Okoya, and he also kept. And this happened at the beginning of the fight, in which his reaction was getting faster, and also he kept improving in his fight with Oma as well.
But I hope you know, gradually, Oma was still ended up being faster than Cosmo. In fact, he caught Cosmo off guard and was able to put him into a jellyfish hole.
Yeah, the reason the reason he put Cosmo in that jellyfish thing was because he used his own foresight against him. But up until that point, Cosmo was actually matching Oma blow for blow. In fact, if you remember, my argument for when Cosmo defeats Kiryu is that Cosmo was capable of reacting to a technique that completely blitzed Kiryu, and I think we can say that Kiryu is probably as fast as Gaolang.
No, but continue.
Okay, I'm gonna show the scan. I'm gonna drop the specific scans right now. Oh fuck me, man! Where is this shit? Okay. So
Does anybody know what chapter Oma versus Cosmo is? I think it's like around 200.
It's chapter 100 and 183. If I remember
Thank you.
correctly. Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, basically, the reason he put him in an R-bar was because he used his own foresight against him. Oma basically showed a specific technique that Cosmo never knew, which
Never
was the
saw, so
mirror.
he assumed something else and he used it against him. Yeah, I know.
He knew. Okay, so basically, Oma used the ultimate water kata, mirror of water, something like that, and basically this slowed down Cosmo's foresight, and that allowed him to win. Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. So
I mean,
what's
I
your
can
point
drop
in
the
that?
scan if you want.
No, what's your
I can
point in
drop
that?
the scan. No, I was just explaining. How Oma defeated Cosmo.
Okay.
That's
So
what
go
I'm
back
saying,
to.
man.
So okay.
Okay. So okay. I mean, I could drop the scan. I could lay down the scans if you need them.
Yeah, drop the scans and then continue.
Okay. All right. Or what specifically?
I mean, just continue your point. I believe your point was like this is your other argument for the speed scaling. It's already debunked the Okubo one.
Okay. 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 Let me catch. Shows you though. I need to make an archive with all the scans because every fucking time I go around looking for them. All right. So based on their fight. Okay. Basically, Oma at this point was capable of moving so fast that not even Kiryu with Fallen Demon could keep up with him.
Okay.
And the thing is, okay, I'll drop the scan right now. Basically, Kiryu says, I couldn't react to you even with Fallen Demon. And what's impressive is that with Fallen Demon, man, Kiryu is capable of seeing the world in slow motion.
The what?
I mean, Kiryu with Fallen Demon. Basically, it's kind of as if as if time slows down around him. He sees the world in slow motion. It still he couldn't keep up with Oma.
Yeah, it slows the time around him.
And I can show you multiple scans if you want of Oma blitzing Kiryu, whatever. Okay, so let me drop this shit first off. Okay, so basically he says, "You are amazing. I couldn't react to you even with Fallen Demon. Yeah, you see this? Okay." And I can show you a specific scan in which Oma's blitz overwhelms Kiryu. Where's this, man? Where's this? Fucking hell. Yeah, this is the scan I'm talking about. So Kiryu tries to attack Oma, but Oma pretty much destroys him with a rush of blows, alright? Yeah. No, this was Oma. Okay, Oma against Kiryu never used the advance. Never, actually.
Okay.
No, I'm asking. I'm replying to Grim in the chat. Don't worry, man. So, whereas, so you see the scan, man? I put.
Yeah.
Okay.
He blitzed Kiryu. Yeah.
Yeah, Blitz Kiryu. So basically, Cosmo was capable of pretty much matching and countering the same techniques that destroyed Kiryu. Even without his foresight, really. I can show you. I can show you right now. So I think Cosmo has enough speed to counter one rush from Gaolang.
Okay, question. I'm just going to tell you this now. You've made the assumption that Kiryu is even relative in speed to Gaolang, or that Oma is even relative in speed to Gaolang, when they're both don't scare to Gaolang in terms of striking speed. You brought up him. Oma could react to Kiryu. Kiryu isn't as fast as Gaolang though.
I mean, he reacted to Kiryu's blitz, and in movement speed, I think Kiryu is faster than Gaolang.
Yeah, but that's okay. So one time he reacted to Kiryu's movement speed, and then Kiryu got completely blitzed by Oma. That does not mean that either one of them necessarily have that in striking, like that in fight striking
I
speed.
think okay. My assumption is, so you can understand, is that Kiryu's in movement speed is faster than Gaolang's strike.
So to counter that, I'm going to have to drop the scan real quick.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to go up in the chat for the Agito scan.
What does Agito have to do with this, though?
Hold on. It's a scan involving Agito's fight.
Alright.
I'm gonna have to go into the debate chat for it. Give me a second.
Yeah, don't worry. Take your time.
Oh, time to look for the scan. It's not in the debate chat. Shit.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who has problem with scans. Oh, thick, for real. Thick, for real. You fucking recorded this shit.
He said he would.
Yeah.
I mean, you recorded the thing with Igel too. I mean, what the hell, man?
That's fucking cancer. I just made your one as well.
Sorry, I'm looking for the Kuroki counter fight. I believe it's like chapter 200 or some shit.
Yeah, don't worry. Yeah, I might as well get some scans from Yoma Fight and Cosmo because I really need them.
I was in the focus, but I nearly got it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I might as well get a few scans because I really need those.
Oh, here's a scan. Okay, here. I'm
Okay.
gonna drop it in voice chat text.
Hey, where do you get your scans, by the way? Because I really need them.
I just go to the fights themselves and just add them to my gallery. But here's a scan right here, which quite literally disproves Kiryu even having relative blows and speed. The man who stood at the pinnacle of martial arts and possessed the fastest blows, and this is post Kiryu fight by the narrator himself.
Once again, I'm not comparing Kiryu's striking speed to Gaolang's striking speed. I'm comparing.
But you brought it
Kiryu's...
up in terms of Oma reacting.
Yeah.
Okay, so that means if
Yeah.
Gaolang has
Once
superior
again,
striking
man.
speed.
I mean, once again, I'm saying that Kiryu with his blink style, whatever it is, with his fallen demon, is at least comparable to Gaolang.
On what
striking.
basis? On what basis?
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying
Prove
that a
that
blitz.
blink.
I mean, a blitz from Kiryu is as fast as one jab from Gaolang. That's what I'm saying.
Prove it.
I mean, do you see how fucking fast a blink is?
Yeah, I see how fast blink is, but prove it.
Okay, okay, I'll just drop the scans of Kiryu using blink then.
I want you to drop those scans and then prove how in comparison that blink is faster.
You right.
Hijal versus Titanmaster, the entire cast. Oh no, that's cancerous. I could never honestly entertain Hijal again.
That's really cancer, man. That's fucking cancer.
I kind of wish you recorded ours so I can hear it and go back and change any mistakes I made, but it is what it is. Papa versus Titanmaster, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I go to Reddit to get the scans because pretty much all the scans for all the relevant scans are on Reddit, but it takes me so long, man.
Yeah, I just go to like where I read manga, and then I just search up the chapter of the fight, go to the fight, and scroll through, and I can click and add them to my gallery.
Yeah, I should definitely try that. Okay, so blink. So Kiryu's blink is so fast that pretty much he moves faster than eyesight, though. And I mean,
so that's quite okay. So the eyesight you're referring to, I'm assuming you're referring to like the audience, and that's not really a feat upon like some people not seeing isn't really a feat. A lot of things in Kingan move faster than eyesight, and some people can still react to them. Like that's not really anything substantial. That's like bringing up a character who can break a rock. Like that's a common feat in Kingan. A lot of their moves can move faster than eyesight. A lot of people can see how other people were able to react to certain moves. Like that isn't really a high boosting feat. Hell, Kuroki could react to bullets, but couldn't react to Kano post 10 years of training.
okay, so
That's not really a feat.
I'm dropping this kind of Kiryu overwhelming Kuroki's defense.
Okay.
With his blink, which is I think is a way more impressive feat.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you see, the point I'm trying to make is that Kiryu's blitz is at least relative to Gaolang's punching speed.
Yeah, I know. I know
That's
that's
all
the
I'm
point you're
trying
trying
to
to
say.
make. Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, so I make it clear.
I understand. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So basically, Kiryu's blink allowed him to overwhelm Kuroki's defense. Like, look at this shit, man.
So show. Okay. So
Drop
we
his
see him
blink.
breaking rocks. Okay. Then blink. I hope you know Kuroki was like, somewhat turned the other way, and not only that, this was after Kuroki had rocks thrown at him to obstruct his vision. So the basis of this isn't
Yeah.
comparable to the Alma situation, considering the fact that one, Alma's vision wasn't obstructed, and two, Alma wasn't turned around. They're two vastly different situations. You can inherently compare them since Kuroki had two things working against him. One, his eyesight being obstructed, and two, him being turned the other way. You can visibly see Kiryu's face turned around, looking at Kuroki's face. I mean, looking at the back of Kuroki, well, like facing the same way as Kuroki, and Kuroki was still able to dodge it. So it's like that's not comparable. Kuroki, technically, this wouldn't even be considered like blink only works because the person's eyesight is closed. So it's like it's not really dependent necessarily on reaction speed. It's more dependent on catching them off guard when they're not able to react since their eyes are closed. It's not really a blitz of reaction speed. Reacting requires them to inherently see that person and be able to comprehend that person has moved that fast. But if you cannot see that person, you cannot make that comprehension that person is actually coming to you in order to react. Kuroki quite literally had rocks in his face and he was turned the other way. That's not a fair comparison to Oma blitzing it to Oma reacting to it when Oma was in a vastly different situation. So
Yeah.
that point is mute. You still yet to prove how Blink is faster than Gaolang's blows. So if you can't prove that, then that means you can't prove that they're anywhere relative to Gaolang that they can even react to Gaolang's blows. Cosmo has to do that.
I mean, they could react. I mean, they could react to Gaolang's blows.
But you have to prove that.
Okay, what I have to prove though is that he could catch Gaolang's fist.
Yeah, he would have to react to his blows to catch his fist. That's quite literally what I'm saying. He has to react to those blows to catch that fist. That's where his reaction speed comes into play.
He can react. He can react to a rush from Gaolang, but he has to be fast enough to catch his actual fist, which
okay? So when you have to prove both of those. Thank you. Separate them, then you have to prove both of them. And you get to prove one. Meaning, if he does not have the reaction speed, he gets blitzed and he can't infight. If he can't infight, Gaolang sleeps his ass.
I'm thinking about how to formulate my argument.
It's alright. I'll give you time. Listen, it's alright. As I said, you have time. I'm just saying. Gaolang has the striking power. Gaolang has the speed. Gaolang has the reaction speed. He has every necessary component to beat Cosmo, and has fought people even with similar grappling ability. Not the same grappling ability, but similar grappling ability.
Such as Agito.
Yes.
But Agito never tried to grapple with him. Agito never tried to grapple with him, though.
I disagree with that. I'm going to provide a scan for it, but I want you to continue with formulating your argument for how Cosmo could.
He tried to use something. He tried to use other parts of his movesets. That's true. But he never actually tried to take on Gaolang on ground.
Gaolang wouldn't allow that to happen.
Which is what Cosmo will try to do, though.
Gaolang wouldn't allow that. The whole point is, the whole reason, one, Gaolang was able to completely shut off his all of his arsenal besides striking itself. He quite literally I forgot, he sealed off everything but striking.
Yeah, it's sealed. I know that. It's sealing.
Okay, then. So you're saying the whole point, that's the point. He can seal off. Kano Formless has one of the biggest arsenals in Kingon, if not the biggest arsenal, and Gaolang's able to shut off everything in his arsenal but striking. I could argue that Gaolang could just force Cosmo to strike.
But again...
And since Cosmo does not have the reaction speed or enough speed to catch Gaolang's punches, He would quite literally be
Okay.
forced to
But
strike.
the problem
Or
is that, my friend. Okay, we have to. Okay, so keep in mind all the characteristics for Gaolang and Cosmo. So, do you think that Cosmo is a passive fighter? Yeah, Cosmo is a passive fighter, right? He's not offensive, right?
it depends.
I mean, in
Not a
this
quick dub, but
situation, knowing that he cannot defeat Gaolang in a striking match, I mean, I'm assuming. Okay, so Cosmo knows Gaolang is a better striker than him, and so he will not attack Gaolang on the offense. It will not go on the offensive. I think that in terms of similarity, it will be a similar fight to when he fought Oma. And if you remember, he was waiting for Oma the entire time. Would you agree on
okay.
that?
Okay, even let's just. I'm gonna say for the sake of your argument that Cosmo is a passive fighter and he'll be waiting on Galang to attack. Continue.
Okay, so I think that Cosmo will simply try to counter Gaolang by simply throwing him off and take the fight on the ground. And at that point, he will win because Gaolang has no grappling feats
How would
whatsoever.
he throw him off?
Okay, so assuming that Gaolang tries to rush Cosmo, what Cosmo could do is simply use a leg scissors to take Gaolang off balance.
Leg scissors?
Yeah, do you know the leg scissors?
No, I don't. I need you to elaborate.
Oh yeah. Well, basically, is when you try. Okay, is when you use your legs like a scissor to take down a fighter. That's a fighting technique.
You just said use it
I
as he
mean,
like clasping
okay.
his
I'll
legs
just
around
drop the
somebody
scan.
else's
Yeah.
legs, or like yeah.
I mean, I'll just drop the scan because I'm explaining because my explaining is like shit. Yeah, I'll drop the scan right now. Yeah, I tried to explain it with my own words. That doesn't work. Okay. So. Just to clarify, I'm not making shit up. I'm actually gonna use the scans from the manga. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Oh God. Hmm. No, not this. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. So. Yeah. I'm dropping the scan right now. Go into voice chat text.
Okay. Voice chat text. Okay. Leg scissors. So he's going to
So.
chip Galang. That's assuming he could even react to do the leg scissors, and I need you to drop the panel before that.
Yeah. Sure. Oh no. Okay. How can you? Okay. I'll take another scan because for some reason it doesn't load. Didn't load.
Okay, I'm back.
So yeah, pretty much. I think he's going to. His best chance will be tripping Gaolang, which I know it sounds stupid, but this actually makes sense as a strategy.
Tripping Galang?
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
it's dumb. I know, but
No,
yeah.
no. The point is you have to prove. Okay, I don't necessarily think the strategy is dumb. When you just have to prove he could do that. You have
Just
to
give him
prove
some
that he has the reaction
FPS.
speed
No, I mean
to react to one of Galang's
I'm
attacks
saying
and trip him.
I'm saying it just sounds so dumb for somebody to trip
It's all right.
Gaolang. I
Hey,
mean,
listen, I don't think anything's out of the realm of possibility as long as you can prove it. But you have to prove that he can trip Galang. We're going to
yeah,
prove
no,
that
I
one,
mean,
Galang has
what I'm
reacted to
saying,
grapples.
yo,
Galang
man,
has
what I'm
reacted.
saying is simply the fact that somebody tripping Gaolang, the fact itself is pretty. It sounds pretty funny. Yeah, whatever. Okay, found the scan. So basically, Cosmo sidesteps rush from Oma in the scan. And then when Oma tries to rush him again, what the fuck does this guy want? Oh, fuck you, man. Fuck you, Igel. Yeah.
It was still funny though.
So, yeah, I got the whole thing right now. So this is the scan. Now the actual one before the after this, it doesn't allow me to load this shit though. It's so funny, man. So funny.
But Papa, can you do me a favor?
Come on.
Can you tell Titan to unmute me? I want to say something important to him.
Okay.
Can you tell Titan to unmute me? I want to tell him something important.
Yeah, okay. So, got it.
Okay.
Yeah, got it.
So he had just used flashing steel. All right. So wait. So can you put like them in cohesion? Like
Yeah.
that. Like one. Yeah.
Okay. So okay. So basically, Oma uses flashing steel to sidestep. Then Oma tries to use flashing steel blast again, and that's when Cosmo trips Oma.
But that's assuming that Gaolang would even one almost doing a blatant leg rush, which Gaolang has never done. He's only stepped forward to use in strike fighting, in which that quite literally.
I mean, that'd be easier.
That's like saying that.
Easier. For
how would it be even easier? He technically just used almost momentum against him, since almost was technically already blasting forward. Him standing forward is vastly different than rushing forward. He quite literally used flashing steel blast, and then this is what you're going for. The second flashing steel blast once he went back against Cosmo, meaning that Cosmo could use his own momentum to actually catch him off guard. Not only that, look, first scan.
Lag scissor is a technique that basically catches your ankle. I mean, you would fall.
Yeah, it catches your ankle, but considering the fact that Oma was going forward, he was able to capitalize off his momentum and continue to trip Oma forward. If I stand stationary and somebody attempts to leg, hold on. If I stand stationary and somebody attempts to leg scissor me, then that means they have to overpower my legs and push me forward. He didn't have to push Oma forward in order to trip him. Oma was already going forward and using his own momentum. Cosmo used his own momentum against Oma. Since Gaolang would technically have no momentum, that means he's not going to be pushed forward by himself. Cosmo on his own would have to use his own. Look at the scan.
If Gaolang is gonna rush him, then he has to. Okay, if Gaolang is gonna rush him,
but flashing steel is vastly different from stepping forward and rushing someone. It's it's vastly different in terms of style, and it's vastly different in terms of like the fact that it's a step forward. A step forward is vastly different from running at somebody with full pace.
Yeah, but accounting from the distance, if let's say Gaolang tried to knee Cosmo.
And that's assuming. Hold on. You know, Gaolang's an aggressor. That's assuming that they would even be at that large distance in the first place, which only happened because Oma used flashing steel. Gaolang's never used any move to step back a super far distance and then blast forward. It's never been like that. He paced back twice from Kondo, but that's pacing back. That's vastly different from running. Oma was going quite literally full speed, and Cosmo, as you can see in the scan, Oma charged back. Cosmo used that momentum in order to trip him. He can't just, if Gaolang's standing stationary, that means Cosmo would have to use, Cosmo will technically have to overpower Gaolang's legs since he no longer has the momentum to trip him. So on that basis, his legs would have to physically overpower Gaolang.
If Gaolang was standing, it'd still be pretty easy for Cosmo to trip him.
How? He has to that means he has to scissor his legs around one of Gaolang's legs. What? Is he gonna bend it? Like, that's what you're saying?
No.
Because for him, what does he do then? How does he cause him to fall over?
By simply putting his legs inside Gaolang's legs. Oh, that sounds awful.
Which would you can see Oma bends his knee. Cosmo has to bend his knee, which means Cosmo's legs have to physically overpower Gaolang's when he has no momentum. Meaning he can't now use his momentum against him. Gaolang has no momentum at this point. Meaning he would still have to physically overpower his legs.
If it's a similar situation to the I mean, if he wanted to trip Gaolang, he'd be sliding too towards Gaolang.
So but that's okay. So one, hold on. Let's look at this real quick. All right.
Okay, all right.
We
Listening to
see
you, man.
that Cosmo slides, right? Almost still in the middle of a flashing steel. Cosmo puts one leg forward and then one leg back. He uses along
but
with
I'm
almost momentum.
assuming.
He uses his legs to push his knee forward and trip him over Cosmo's left leg. All right. But the requirement for that initially was his momentum, which Gaolang would not have, since Gaolang doesn't have a move similar to flashing steel. You can't capitalize off of.
But I'm assuming. Okay, but I'm assuming Cosmo will get close to Gaolang when Gaolang is kind of rushing him. So it still has some sort of a momentum because Gaolang has to step forward to attack Cosmo if he wants to risk.
You're comparing
right?
stepping forward to running.
I mean, it's still easier because you would be knocked off of balance. Okay, let me put it this way. Let's say, okay. Let's
also, look. The first scan is reaction to him grappling. The first scan is reaction to someone tripping him. Now, I know this isn't relevant to leg scissors, since leg scissors is a vastly different trip.
You used the net butt against
no.
Listen.
That's which is my point. I'm just saying that he's responded to trips before. I'm not saying he's going to respond to the leg scissors with this because he can. It's a vastly different position.
Actually, you showed me. I mean, you said it's possible. It's entirely possible though that Cosmo could trip Gaolang though. Since Agito did, and I think Cosmo is a bit smaller.
Agito didn't trip him. Agito, this is what happened.
Yeah, he used a net butt. But Cosmo with his foresight will see that coming.
Cosmo would see a headbutt even though Gaolang's never used a headbutt before?
Actually, he has. I mean, Cosmo knows about Gaolang's fighting style with his foresight, so... I mean,
but he doesn't know he can combine he knows about him boxing. Gaolang is a public boxer. That doesn't know he can combine boxing and Muay Thai.
Cosmo has seen him fight though.
We're saying full information?
Yeah, I was always assuming he had information.
Okay, even if we assume that foresight. Okay, so when his foresight can only think one or two moves ahead. That's assuming that he knows that Gaolang would even use that headbutt. And even if he knows Gaolang would use that headbutt, what is he going to do? Move back even more? Which will technically cause himself to trip, and then Gaolang would be on top of him? Even then, he's
if Gaolang was on top of him, and they are on the ground, that's a good chance for Cosmo to choke him.
Gaolang would be on top of him. How is he just going to reach his arms up or something? Like, what do you mean?
No, I mean, okay. If Gaolang falls on him, Cosmo, it would be a similar situation to when Cosmo choked Okoya. It's the same exact thing.
Okay, if we look at this real quick, we see.
I'll lay
yeah, because you need to show evidence for that because you haven't showed evidence on that basis.
Yeah. And okay, I'll drop the scans. All right.
2.
Yeah. Okay. So if so if in the occasion that Gaolang trips on Cosmo and he's on top of him, that will be actually favorable to Cosmo. And I'm gonna show you the exact same instances where this shit happened. Okay. Yeah. So. Almost got the scans. Just let me find the scans from his fight with Okoya.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's the same exact thing that happened with Okoya. All right.
Papa, no, even if you say he can scissor Gaolang, he still has to react to activate that scissor in the first place. So he still has to have that reaction speed, which you have not proven. Even if I go mute right now and leave it at this, leave it at the fact that he could potentially scissor Gaolang, he still has to react to Gaolang attacking or blitzing him to do that.
I mean, he
If you've
can do
not
that.
proved that, has he reacted to anybody in a similar caliber of feat of Gaolang? No, I've already debunked that point.
I mean, not as fast as Gaolang, but similar to Gaolang.
Who? How do you know similar to Gaolang in speed? Because it looks like it. Is there any factual comparison that you can use to prove it?
Yeah. Just okay. Let me drop first the scan about Okoya. Just let me fucking find it.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm having a bit trouble because I want to show you the full instances, not just one picture. Mm. I mean, god damn it. His knuckles. Okay. Oh god. I can't seem to find it. Okay, I'll go look on manga sites.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, because I can't find it on Reddit. Because yeah, basically this I take the scans from the respect threads because they generally have the most relevant scans.
Okay. I'm sorry. Take your
Okay.
time.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. It takes a lot of time every time. Yeah, sorry.
It's fine.
Okay, so the fight was chapter 120. Okay, chapter 120. All right. 122. Okay. And he also, yeah, and by the way, he has reacted to things that are at least as fast as Gaolang, and I'm gonna show you another important feat. All right. Okay. God and blood and guts. Yeah, thank God found it. Found it. Yeah. I'll drop the whole sequence. So, yeah, found it. Gonna drop the okay.
Mm-hmm. This is a scam.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay,
if
so
okay. Yeah, okay, let's say Gal, okay, let me finish and then you can go on, all right?
mhm.
Okay. So basically if okay, Cosmo tries to trip Gaolang, who's obviously gonna punch him, and assuming that Gaolang falls on him, I mean, it catch Gaolang and put him in a choke like it did with Okoya. Yeah, you can go on, Ryan.
Okay. So one, this
I mean, is
requirement.
my point clear? Is my point clear?
Yeah, your point is clear. So
Okay,
one,
go on.
this is assuming that Cosmo can react. Two, Okoya was in murder rage mode and attempted to punch Cosmo when he was already down. Three, if he's going for
Cosmo
Cosmo and
will
he's
be down.
so Gaolang sees Cosmo down on the ground. Let me just punch him. If I recall, he held back against Kaneda. Like that you It's a vastly different situation in terms of one position because Okoya is going down for a punch. Gaolang has never shown anything like that, which that quite literally gave Cosmo the ability to tip Okoya. It's not like Cosmo is just gonna like let's just say Okoya stands there and Cosmo kicks his knee. Okoya isn't immediately going to fall down, so he quite literally used Okoya's momentum while he was going down against him and kicked him in order to displace his leg. He wouldn't have that momentum since Gaolang would just be standing stationary. We've never seen Gaolang actually ever attempt to punch down, besides the Canada fight. And Canada and Cosmo are vastly different characters, and Gaolang
I
was interacting
mean,
with them in vastly different
Gowling
ways.
will have to
But
punch down because Cosmo
no, he wouldn't
is
have to punch
smaller.
down. He could quite literally just sit there and wait for Cosmo to get up. Or at
That'd
the
be
end, it would still be a
funny.
stalemate. He's not going
That'd
to.
be funny though.
So you're saying that one of the best strikers in the series and a person who is counter grapples is going to actually attempt to punch somebody who specializes in ground grappling while they're on the ground? This assumption implies that Gaolang is an absolute idiot.
It could be though. No, I'm
But he's never
joking.
shown
Yeah.
to be like that. Gaolang's shown incredible analytical
Okay.
ability. In fact, he would. Like this
No,
is a
no,
mute
please
point.
go on. Go
This
on, go
point is
on.
under the assumption that Gaolang is mentally deficient and that he's actually even going to punch down on a ground grappler who specializes on the ground. That doesn't even make any sense. So your assumption, this is under the assumption that Gaolang is a complete idiot, and this is murder boosted rage Okoya, who was actively punching down on Cosmo, which means he could have used his momentum by kicking his leg and tripping him since he was already going down.
Okay. Can I go on now?
Yeah, you can go on. This point is just kind of mute.
I mean, it's not mute actually. Let me explain why. I mean, Gaolang will have to punch down by default.
He
Because
doesn't have to
Cosmo
punch down.
You have to, because Cosmo will be standing beneath him by default.
I hope you know in this situation, Cosmo had just been smashed into the ground from a grapple. These are two vastly different situations. You're implying that the exact same happened that the exact same thing that happened in the Okoya situation would take place here. That's like you have to make so many assumptions to get Cosmo in the most favorable position possible, and even then, some of those assumptions don't fall through because the previous events in the fight that led to this would not happen. Okoya doesn't fight like Gaolang.
I mean, they both tend to rush their opponents though.
Yes, but in vastly different ways. Okoya mimicked Kano's style and attempted for a grapple rush, and then he tortured Cosmo and gave him a rage plot boost. You're assuming that the events will play out similar when vastly different things would happen. In my opinion, at least, Gaolang's not a torturer. None of that. The first time Gaolang.
Okay, Gaolang doesn't have to torture Cosmo to punch him down.
What happened? What happened in this event prior?
I mean, yeah, Okoya tried to torture Cosmo.
No,
but
after that
was way before the fight.
I'm talking about after that.
What do you mean?
Because Cosmo had gotten used to referee to get a python hold on since he couldn't blitz Okoya.
No,
and then Okoya smashed him
different.
into the wall.
That's different.
No,
that's
I'm,
the second
I'm not
time.
saying they're the same. I'm just recalling the events that led up to this specific thing that happened because you're assuming that similar events would happen to Gaolang, even though Gaolang fights vastly different. And the events that happened in this fight were special. The things that happened, not even in the entire fight, the events that led up to Cosmo being on the ground that way are vastly different than the events that I think would happen in the Gaolang versus Cosmo fight. You're creating certain scenarios based entirely around Gaolang landing the specific thing, even though certain scenarios like that have never happened.
I'm assuming this scenario is most likely to happen because Gaolang's
but on the basis of that, we can look at the events prior that led exactly to the scenario, not the entire fight, but just the python hold. That wouldn't even take place in the first place for Cosmo to end up on the ground like that.
Okay, the reason I'm gonna assume Cosmo is gonna stand on the ground is simple because he knows that Gaolang is a striker, so he has the best chance to trip him when he's striking.
So this is the events that you're saying is happening. Gaolang charges against Cosmo. Cosmo lays with his back on the ground and just waits for Gaolang. Just sits on the ground for Gaolang to strike him. That's exactly what you're saying is going to happen.
No, that's not exactly what
happened. That's what took place,
though.
Cosmo waited for Okoya to swing. He stayed on the ground and just waited for Okoya to swing, wide open.
No, actually, if you remember the fight, Okoya basically smashed Cosmo across the arena.
Then Cosmo had sat there and waited, and that's what you're saying. That's what you're saying. What happened? Is that not?
No, I mean,
so what would happen?
What I think could happen is that basically, Gaolang. Basically, Gaolang attacks Cosmo. He takes the initiative and punches Cosmo because he's gotta win the fucking fight. So he's gonna punch him, and Cosmo basically lowers himself down so that he can trip Gaolang. I mean,
And that's assuming that Cosmo could even react to his blows in the first place, which you have not proved that Cosmo had the reaction speed.
Cosmo.
You're creating
Cosmo
specific
can move.
scenarios and
Cosmo,
tell it around Cosmo.
It takes, bro. It takes like less than a tenth of a second for Cosmo to lower down and execute his grappling.
Mm-hmm.
And he's probably even faster than that because he's got Foresight and in reaction time improved during his
Foresight does not make
so
you faster; it makes you predict ahead.
Yeah, and what's it gonna take for Cosmo to predict a Gaolang's style when Gaolang really is a boxer? So boxing is pretty simple.
But even if I know what you're going to do, that does not mean I can physically place myself in counter to what you are going to do.
Why? I mean, Cosmo.
What do you mean? No, if I know a bullet's coming at me from a certain distance, that does not mean I can displace myself. I know the bullet's coming, but some things are too fast, even for prediction to work. So on that basis, you still have to prove that Cosmo has relative reaction speed to react with that Foresight.
I mean, Cosmo without any sort of improvements. I mean, Cosmo was still Cosmo without any sort of evolution, as I like to call it, was still capable of nearly choking Okoya in the beginning of the fight.
Okay. And that's assuming that Okoya is relative to Gaolang in attack speed. Yes, reflexes, not attack speed.
Reflexes.
Yes, reflexes, not attack speed. We have not seen exceptional feats of his attack speed, meaning you cannot prove he's even relative to Gaolang in attack speed.
When it comes to speed, relies
on Gaolang's attack speed to be slower than his reaction speed or to be relative, which you have not proved.
Maybe I'm not about on striking, but I can prove that Okoya is faster than Gaolang, though.
In reaction speed, yes, you can argue that, but in attack speed, you have to display that.
It depends on what you mean by attacking speed. I mean, obviously, if Okoya
punching speed.
Oh yeah, obviously, if you try by punching speed, but if you take into account other kind of attacks, I think Okoya has better feats than Gaolang in that regard. Because, I'm gonna show you what I mean because I know this is vague as shit.
It's all right. Listen, as long as you can prove your argument, I'm fine with it. But still, Cosmo has to have the reaction speed to actually react and catch Gaolang off guard. Unless you can prove Cosmo has the reaction speed, then all of this shit is mute. The characters that Cosmo have reacted to aren't relative to Gaolang in attack speed. They simply aren't.
Okay.
So if the Flash is faster than... Okay, my bad.
All right. So, sorry. Let me finish this shit. Okay. So, by the way, one feat that Okoya has is basically is capable of punching 4 times in like 76 milliseconds. But that's besides the point. So it's pretty fast. I'd say it's comparable to Gaolang in that regard.
I wouldn't. And I need to show that. Drop the scan for that.
Gaolang can throw 15 punches in like 1 second. Okoya is throwing 4 in like less than a tenth of a second. I think they're pretty close, but besides that, Okoya was like capable of doing this feat that I'm gonna explain right now.
Oh, hold on, I need to see that 4 in like the 0.76 seconds.
Yeah. What scan do you want?
Both.
All right. I mean, he had... Okay, yeah. All right. So, Okoya basically has this crazy feat in which... Oh, yeah. Okay. Keep in mind, this is casual Okoya. So, first feat is that when Okoya basically dodges a bullet at close range and twists a man's neck before the muzzle of the gun can even leave the fucking gun, man. Can even leave the barrel. That's a crazy feat, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Okoya can do. And
Mm-hmm.
now I'm gonna drop the other scan about the 76 millisecond bullshit. Yeah. Okay. After I drop this scan, I'll say a couple of other things, and then you can go on, right?
All right.
Yeah.
The gun had already been fired. It seems more like Okoya just dodged the bullet, then blitzed the shit out of the guy. You can see
Why did I drop? Why did I drop the fucking Toa scan? Yeah, fuck Toa.
he's insane, and then he quite literally shoots at the bottom of the scan, and then you can see Okoya has dodged it, but then he blitzes a random ass human. That's not. I mean, he blitzed a normal human.
That's not the feat I'm talking about.
He dodges a bullet.
Oh, okay, Matima.
Okay, he I'm not arguing against Okoya's reaction speed.
Where are you posting these?
Yeah, let me post this shit.
And not only that, Cosmo himself stated himself that his reactions aren't on par with Okoya's.
I mean, the point is not okay. The point is that if you see the gun, I mean, see the gun, okay. The muzzle flash didn't leave it barely left the barrel, and Okoya was still capable of twisting the man's neck before that could happen.
What do you mean? Look at the bottom. He had already shot the gun. Crazy motherfucker. You see that right there? He had shot the gun, and then the next panel shows Okoya blitzing the shit out of the guy. All this means is that Okoya dodged the bullet and then blitzed a random ass human.
I'll screenshot the thing. I'll screenshot the thing.
And you brought up this low punch thing. Gaolang is still stated to have the fastest blows in the series post this feat.
But at the same time, you gotta remember that Okoya seems to be fairly close, and Cosmo improved with his foresight and his reaction time.
How does Okoya seem to be fairly close? The feats you've shown, Okoya dodges a bullet, which is his reaction speed, then blitzes a random human. Oh, Okoya does 4 low punches. How does that 4 low punch mean that he has relative blows to Gaolang?
No, I mean, okay, I'll cut the picture so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay. So the gun has been fired, all right? I'm not saying it's not been fired, okay? So as you can see, the muzzle of the gun is still has barely left the barrel. The bullet has barely even left the fucking gun, man.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, in that time frame, Okoya was capable of twisting the man's neck and cross the distance. I mean, that's crazy speed, man, right there.
Well, it doesn't show that in the second panel, though. All it shows was that the bullet was fired, and then Okoya had blitzed the guy.
I mean, look at the voice chat text. I sent a screenshot.
Let's see what. So Okoya had dodged the bullet and blitzed the shit out of the guy. The gun is still in his hand. What do you mean? The bullet had already been sent out. Okoya just dodged it.
I mean, I'm saying that Okoya moved faster than a fucking bullet before he could leave the gun. He could entirely leave the gun.
The bullet had already left the gun, though. What do you mean? We can see the bullet was shot first, and then we see the panel of Okoya blitzing the shit out of the guy.
I mean.
And we don't know how far the bullet traveled. You can't see the bullet after that panel, so you can't.
Okoya moved fast enough so that the muzzle, the smoke, whatever it is, from the gun couldn't even leave the fucking gun. That's the muzzle. That means that's crazy. I mean, do you know fucking how quick the muzzle is?
Oh, so you're saying Okoya was faster than the smoke effect itself?
Yeah, it was faster than the muzzle of the gun. The muzzle takes like 300 meters to move. Like it moves 300 meters per second. That's crazy speed. That's what I'm saying.
The muzzle flare.
Yeah, the muzzle fucking flare. Yeah.
Okay. So
yeah, sorry, man. Finally. Finally.
Mm-hmm. So even if you do say that, as you see in the panel, Okoya was point blank in front of him. So that means it's not like he charged across a distance. He was just point blank in front of the guy. He didn't have to travel a necessarily large amount of distance. So you still can't quantify the difference in speed between Okoya and the Flash.
I mean,
he was in front of the guy. He had no distance to travel in the first place.
I will have to use like pixel scaling and shit.
Okay, then so you can't. So you still can't quantify that.
I mean, I could quantify that shit, but it will take
Oh,
me a bit of time.
Okay, I'll give you time because unless you do, then it's still Okoya is still an unquantifiable amount of feet faster than what a muzzle flash, even though he was quite literally right in front of the guy.
Okay. All right.
Damn, Okoya is faster than Gaolang.
If
Hey
you want to do
man,
a pixel calc, I'll give you time for a pixel calc.
Okay. Uh, okay. I'll be back in like 5 minutes until I do
Okay.
this. Okay, you want to wait?
Of course, I'm fine waiting. I have time.
Okay, thanks. All right. Yo, man, I'm back. Hello?
Okay, I'm here. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, cause I'm kind of busy right now, but still, this is my last point. If you manage to counter this, I'll concede.
All right.
All right. Okay. So basically, what I'm saying is that Okoya speed blades will have to be at least as fast as Gaolang's own blow, and the reason is fairly simple. Uh, fuck me, man. Okay. Basically, to move now, remember, I could be wrong, but essentially, if Okoya to do this, to do that thing, he'd have to be at least around Mach 1. So near Mach 1, like 300 meters per second to do that feat. So if Cosmo can react to that, I think he can react to at least a punch from Gaolang.
Okay,
That's all
one,
I'm saying.
Okoya never used low punches on Cosmo. Two, I'm going to prove that Gaolang is arguably faster than a bullet. Early handgun feats are incredibly fucking exaggerated, but that's fair. Hold on. I just have to get this fucking scan for Alright, so here. So we know base fucking Kuroki years ago could dodge a bullet. I mean, could not dodge a bullet, but he was able to react to a bullet with a guy wearing a face cover, meaning he could base it off of his intention from point blank range. Papa, you here? Is he here?
Hello?
Papa.
Hello?
Yes, we
Hello?
can
Hey,
hear
do
you.
you? Yeah. Yeah,
Yes, we
sorry,
can
man.
hear you. It's okay.
Okay, so did you say something, man? Cause I think my connection got lost. Please.
Yeah, okay, so
Yeah,
okay.
please
So
tell me.
we know that Kuroki was able to berate him react from an assault rifle bullet. And he couldn't base it off of the intention of the guy.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so also hold on, I'll give a scan for fucking Kano having the lag at that point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Give me 1 second, I just let it the scan for Kano still having the lag.
Hey, don't worry, man. Don't worry, man. I got all the time in the world.
Oh, hold on. Is it when he started using kicks?
I mean, don't worry, man. I mean, you can take your all the time. Don't worry.
No, I don't want to take all the time though. That's the point. I want to get this done
Yeah,
quick.
yeah.
Don't worry, I nearly got it.
I'm like in the middle of the street, man.
Okay. So Kana was still at this point was using the formulas. So shortened lag Kana, well, not even shortened lag Kana, but Kana was able to blitz Kuroki multiple times, meaning that he should technically be fast. This is okay. Hold on, I'm getting scrambled here. So past Kuroki, we saw verbatim was able to react to an assault rifle bullet and move a jar in place of where that assault rifle bullet would have landed. And he
Yeah.
couldn't base it off the intention of the person, yes. So now we have years of training post Kuroki developing the Foresight. He's now passing Kano. Kano's able to multiple points in the fight to blitz him. And even with the lag, because it still mentions the lag here, still the time lag and switching between martial arts and formal style was shortened just by a few milliseconds, meaning the lag was still present. We know Gaolang was able to blitz Kano when the lag was not present in any sort.
Okay.
Meaning his punches would still be faster than things that Kuroki couldn't react to.
Okay, all right. But it's not like he was reacting to the bullet.
Kuroki reacted to a bullet, though. That's the point.
I mean, he did it
And
with
this is
Foresight, though.
post-training Kuroki, huh?
I mean, he did it with Foresight, if I recall, though. Might be wrong, but I remember it was with Foresight.
Past Kuroki? Use Foresight?
Yeah. I think. Yeah, I
Can you
think.
prove on the
I'm
bullet?
not sure, though. I'm not sure, but was it when he used like the sandbags to block the bullet?
Yeah.
Well, that was Kuroki developing the Foresight.
Even if you say, matter of fact, although I disagree, I don't recall that happening. Even if you say he was developing the Foresight, he had mastered it at this point, meaning it was more proficient, and he still couldn't react to some of Kano's blows. Kano was able to blitz him at multiple points. And if Kano has slower blows than Gaolang, that definitively proves that Gaolang would have faster blows than the blows that could blitz Kuroki, meaning he would technically be faster than that bullet. Okoya, you brought up the low punches thing, which those punches were incredibly fast. But do we ever actually see Okoya use those low punches against Cosmo? We've never seen Cosmo dodge something that fast.
I mean, Cosmo was dodging a barrage of blows from Okoya.
But were any of those low punches? And can you prove that?
Okay. I mean, all right. So basically, it all comes down to so let's say if I can manage to prove that Cosmo dodged a barrage of blows from Okoya, he could potentially counter Gaolang.
Yeah, potentially counter Gaolang. Even then, even if you get past this butte speed point, we still have more stuff to go through. How does he go from that point? What move does he use, and what would be their position at that point? It's speed is the most important element, yes. But if you can't get past that, then you're not going anywhere.
I feel okay. Honestly, I think we cannot finish this today. Honestly, bro. But okay, I'll say this. If Cosmo, okay. If Gaolang punches Cosmo with a jab or with simply a right straight, which is what he usually does, what he usually starts his matches with, all right? Cosmo generally has two moves that he can do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, since Cosmo is not as big as Okoya in terms of build, in terms of build, I'm saying not strength. In terms of muscles and build, I think what the most logical thing Cosmo will do is try to break Gaolang's joints.
He'd break his joints?
Like, he throws this punch, Cosmo like kind of catches Gaolang's punch, and he breaks his arm. That's the most logical thing he'd do, knowing his fighting style. Because getting into an armbar, I don't know. Because I don't know if that could actually work because since Gaolang is smaller than Okoya, I don't know if working on is getting into an armbar with him will work. I mean, either that or an armbar, those two. But pretty much those two are the techniques you can use.
So he grabs his arm, right?
Yeah, pretty much he grabs his arm either way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's like the reason I said he would try to break his arm is that he tried something similar with Adam, if I recall.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it. No, actually with Oma, yeah. He tried something similar with Oma, and at the end of the fight, and Oma is kind of similar to, not equal, but similar to Gaolang in build. That's my assumption.
Okay, so what happened
Yeah.
when he tried it against Oma?
That was when Oma used this water kata thingy to strangle Cosmo at the end of the fight.
Mm-hmm. So the basis of that was them actually being in a hold itself, not just Gaolang outstriking him, or not just Gaolang, doing his normal striking. They were already in a hold for Cosmo to be able to get in that position.
I mean, no. Okay, I'll drop the scan if you want, but basically, Oma
Okay.
uses his punch. Okay, basically, I described the scene as this. Oma throws his punch. Cosmo goes for an arm breaker, and Oma uses changes technique at the last second and strangles Cosmo. He switches to a grapple. That's what happened.
Oh, I need you to drop the scan.
That's what a second.
Also, I dropped the fact that Agito blitzed
I
him
mean,
multiple times. But
yeah,
continue.
yeah.
It's all right.
I mean, that's what happened though.
Do you have the scan?
Because I can't really drop the scan because I'm in the middle of the street, man.
Damn.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
how far I'm going. That's how far I'm going with this debate, man.
Okay. So he
Yeah,
he
but
was able to
seriously.
react. So could Gaolang just not punch out of the hole? Could Gaolang just not punch? Because I mean, it's similar to what Kaneda did. He grabs his arm and tries to press it down, and tries to press like on the back of his arm. So could Gaolang not just punch Cosmo out of that hold itself? Because Cosmo's not face tanking any of Gaolang's blows. So
I
that's
think
an
he can take
immediate
one.
counter to that.
Oh yeah, he's not. Okay. I mean, he could punch Cosmo in the middle of the hold. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, similar to what he did to Kaneda, because technically Kaneda had him in an even worse position since he was on the ground, and Kaneda had his
Okay.
arm, and like he
Now
could have
that's
bent his arm right there. He immediately turned and punched Kaneda, considering the fact that Kaneda had his
I
right
mean,
arm.
that's a fair throw. I mean, that's a fair argument. But at the same time, Cosmo has way more. Like I said, is much better than Canada in that regard. I mean, he's fast. He's much faster with his grappling, and his technique is
Yeah,
better.
yeah, I'm not saying he's faster, but let's just say he grabs Kaneda. Gallon could just immediately punch him, unless you. So
The question
I'm
is,
not
do you
sure how this
think?
approves. I'm not talking to Hijal. Continue. Sorry.
No, I mean, that's the only thing I'm saying. I don't think Gaolang can literally, like I said, punch Cosmo before he takes him down. I don't think
No,
I don't
that's the
think he
point.
can
He's
do that.
grabbing his arm, right? And then Gallon could just immediately punch him. I mean, we know Gallon is some of the fastest blows in the series, if not the fastest. What's stopping him from punching, considering the fact that his other arm's already held? He's going to try to use both of his arms to break Gallon's arms, which leaves one free and open. Which means that Cosmo would either have to, one, readjust to focus on that other arm, or two, completely try to control and flip Gallon, which he's never shown before. He's never done throws. He's done grapples and holds, but we've never seen him throw.
Mm.
So you have to outstretch and make so many
Yeah.
assumptions for Cosmo
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
win on
you're
that
right.
basis.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Okay. I concede. You're right.
All right.
All right.
You're a fucking
Yeah.
demon. Oh my god, that shit was stressful.
Yeah. I
Oh my
mean,
fucking god.
yeah. I feel
So
better
3
too,
hits
man.
on Gensai. That wasn't 3 hits, he jaw. I'm just showing that he was able to blitz against side.